LGBTQ nation. Quote, Monica Trasandes is on the front lines fighting back against LGBTQ invisibility. When you see positive depictions of LGBTQ people in Spanish and Latin media, you might have this lesbian advocate to thank. End quote. I met Monica in the 90s when she was editor-in-chief of Frontiers, California's largest gay news magazine at the time. Many assumed the popular men's focused magazine was run by men, but for 11 years it was Monica. In 2008, Monica joined forces with GLAD. She is the Director of Spanish Language and Latinx Media and Representation. Now that's a title. She's been able to expand her activism to a global audience. She is a frequent guest on national and international news programs representing, speaking truth to power, commanding the screen with her soft-spoken delivery. When I was thinking about how to describe Monica tonight, what comes to mind, of course, is smart, kind, authentic, a mover, and a shaker, and also uniquely unassuming. I Googled unassuming just to make sure, and this is what I found. Quote, the word unassuming means modest, lacking in arrogance, polite, pleasant. Some of the most unassuming people are actually the most interesting and powerful of all. They're just decent enough not to display it all the time, end quote. So I'm going to display for a second here and brag about another talent that you may not know of. Monica is a playwright and a novelist, author of Broken Like This. Broken Like This, she was supposed to write me a book, but anyway, was selected as one of 4 books to read over winter break by Oprah's Book Club. When Monica is not taking the media by storm, you may see her at Plumber Park playing pickleball and riding bikes with her beautiful young daughter. Congratulations, Monica, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much. This is really beautiful. Everything you just said, wow, it makes me feel so happy and so good. And I just want to sort of say thank you to everybody who's here and for the dream that is West Hollywood and that is LGBTQ openness and freedom and joy. You know, when I think of the little girl who went to movies in the 80s and saw a couple who maybe were in love because they were looking at each other a certain way, they almost kissed and thought, maybe. It was all so subtle and between the lines, and you had to still hide so much. That was 80-something. I still took another 10 years, I think, to come out of those. Anyway, it took me a long time to really accept myself. And then I came to West Hollywood and who could work in the movement, could work at Frontiers, as Renee said, and try to make things better, and work at GLAD and work in Spanish media. That would not have been possible without the work that you've all done to make who we are not only okay, but fantastic and celebratory. I mean, I look at the building where we are in the city, the gay Camelot, right? That's what they used to call it. It's a dream, but it takes continued, you have to keep making the dream come through, right? Because especially right now, we keep getting shut down. And I'm old enough to remember when we were here celebrating the Supreme Court decision, saying that we get married. And then 7 months later, we were here after the election. No, you can't marry. Yes, you can. No, you can't. You know what I mean? It's been crazy. It's been up and down, and now we're in the middle of another horrible fight. But we just do it because being queer is beautiful. LGBTQ people, our humanity is extraordinary and beautiful. And so I'm so proud of everybody here. And I'm just so, this is the best honor. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you.
Our very own Greg Hernandez, a regular on red carpet press lines. Long before the Entertainment Tonight or other media outlets even considered LGBTQ events newsworthy. I want to share a couple of breaking news, breaking Hollywood headlines. In 2011, in this very room, Greg moderated a panel for the West Hollywood Book Fair with guests Florence Henderson, Diane Cannon, and others who were watching. It was a lively discussion. And as the event was wrapping up, Greg semi-jokingly asked Mrs. Brady to sing the Brady Bunch thing. Without missing a beat, she stands up and goes out, here's the story of a lovely lady. The audience joins right in. I quickly pull out my trusty flip cam and start recording. Truly a special moment for everyone, and that is so Greg. Whatever he does, he creates a magical experience. Oh, and just to prove it, this is the headline. Yeah. Oh. Steve Lawrence Henderson and me, Greg, sing the Brady Bunch to the Louisville Book Fair. Okay. No one else had recorded it, and that is how my wife, Mary Jo, and I became fast friends with Greg, and the beginning of many traipsing through shenanigans. One night, the three of us were backstage at the Emmys, waiting for the winners. I stood up for a second to adjust my video camera when Rita Moreno walks into the small room, makes a beeline towards us, and sits down in my chair. I glance over at Greg, who's now sitting straight up with a look of sheer terror and excitement on his face, like, "Rrr." And I kind of motioned, and she's in my chair. I'm supposed to be watching it, and like, I know, he shushes me. I realized then, afterwards, what a big fan Greg was when he wrote about it. When Rita Moreno sat next to Greg in Hollywood backstage at the Emmys. Always professional, knowledgeable, and kind, celebrities are drawn to Greg, and so are we. They often walk up to him with open arms, ready to greet with a hug and a kiss. Greg, thanks for getting the scoops and keeping us in the news. Please welcome the one and only Greg Hernandez.
Renee really told some tales. Reading Moreno's story, I can't believe it. I just jotted down a few things. I want to say thanks to the advisory board and city council for approving their choices. It's awfully nice. I want to thank Renee especially. She's always been so supportive of all that I do, and it's always such a joy to see her anywhere, which you do see her around. And to be honored with Monica, who's a friend of mine, is just so great tonight. I just wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, what a gift it's become in my life to be able to use, you know, whatever God-given talent I have to write about, tell stories about the LGBTQ community, more than Hollywood, more than anything else. I remember when I was at the LA Times as a young reporter, we got assigned to cover Pride Parade, and I was in the closet. I don't know who I was fooling, but I was terrified to do that assignment. And when I had my next job, I remember I had already, you know, had some therapy, and went into that job determined to be an out gay man, and to also become an activist, to ask about coverage, and to tell the editor of the paper, I don't see myself or any of my people in this paper. And they were, to their credit, aware, they were mortified, and gave me carte blanche to start covering the community. So that's how Hollywood started 16 years ago this month. 3 years later, Greg in Hollywood started. So really 16 years of my life have been dedicated to mostly writing about the LGBT community, our accomplishments, telling our stories. There's no better way to be able to spend your life, to be able to be your authentic self in your work, to make a living that way, and to get awards like this. I mean, come on, it's all win-win. And I did leave the center as a full-time employee a couple of months ago for a great job at USC, but that was one of the joys of my life, to tell that story. My friend Jim Key's here today, who really championed me in that work. I'm very appreciative of that. And I'm still writing for them as well, so keep your eyes open for that. But congratulations to all the other winners. I'm glad Renee gave me a good intro, because after you all got yours, I was thinking, what is she going to say? It's going to measure up. But anyway, I really appreciate it. It's great to be here tonight.